Okay, well, apparently the phone got scared by the witch cauldron and shut itself off, or when I moved it, I actually hit the button to turn it off. Sorry about that. So now we're going to play part 2 of my Finish It Friday, and what I'm finishing is my hiatus from working on books and junk journals for the past 2 months. So if you're picking it up on this one, you might want to go back to part 1. So what I had said that I was going to try to finish is this small book with this simplicity fabric. Okay, so one of the things that I was saying was that it'd be nice if I ironed that. But it really, really does work out, as long as you're careful and hand press it. It will work out, flatten itself down, and now I say that, but it may not come to pass. If you saw these on my desk a little bit ago, finger cots to spread glue with, because sometimes when I do a lot of this sort of thing, it's too much glue to be on my skin for a length of time. I think I had decided I wanted to do it. Oh. Yeah, I just did the wrong one. No, I didn't. You're fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Finger press it and get those folds out. On a light colored background and a fairly light weight of fabric, if you don't smush that glue flat, it has a tendency to stain through, and you don't want that. You really don't want that. Okay, so reaching for some scissors. Whoops, sorry, let me take you out. So good time to close your eyes if this is annoying to you. Oh, going the wrong way. Apparently, that's where it wants to be. And I'm going to say, fine. Okay. Now, cut this off. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that bit of a problem here because it's going to be underneath. So if some of the glue does come through on this, it'll be hidden. Oh, I say that with such certainty. I hope it'll be hidden. Wow, and I do have the rickrack I'm putting on. If you remember hearing about that part. Okay, so... Oh, that's a full figure of that. This, I think, is the dress that I have the most copies of. This white dress that I was talking about earlier, there's only 2 complete ones. So I wanted to make sure that I got her, even though we're going to lose part of her feet. We've got the rest of her. Okay. Yeah, that's plenty over there. These two are on complete. She's complete, she's complete. So that's all 4 dresses. I had my glue bottle just laying down, and a bunch was coming out in a big bubble. Okay. Well, this is slid a little bit, but the fabric hasn't, so let's see what we can do here. This is a little close. This corner is a little close. So now I'm just going to apply a little pressure to bring it up. And it's laughing at me. It's like, no, that's not happening. Okay. In that case, it's not happening, and it will do. Okay. So my preference in glues it's pretty strong. I like this Fabri-Tac. I like it better than Fabri-Fix. And it is a little more expensive, but it holds. I appreciate that. And just tuck this in here. Go ahead and get rid of this finger caught for a bit. I actually like, if I'm going to use one up, I like to try to do a couple of books, but that's not how I'm working today. So here's the fold, and I can cut this so that it pretty much goes right up the middle. The fold, yeah, the spine. All those technical words and stuff. That's going to have to be cut a little bit more. And I can do that. Sorry, sort of out of screen. So before we go any farther, I do need to glue this down. But let's just pull the rickrack. And gosh, when I'm looking at it in this light, I think maybe this is like a midnight blue. It's okay, there's a lot of blue on the book. It's great if it's black. So I just need to make sure that I'm laying it down over that seam when I go to do that, which will be after I get this all turned. And it doesn't look like I really need to do any more snipping on that fabric. Okay. Because I'm thinking about just putting one signature in here, I think I'm going to want to put the signature in and then put the rickrack on. Okay, let's peel you back a little bit, maybe. Okay. Good. So as my day goes, I will have this book plus the other ones that I showed you in the first part of the video ready to have the inside papers put in and signature sewn in. That should be done before next week's Finish It Friday. That is so close right there. So tight. Not thrilled. But it will be covered by the rickrack. And the fabric that'll be glued in here will come right up to the edge. So this piece of book board will be, I think it'll be pretty well protected. Okay, so let's take all these bits and pieces and put them aside. And those will get cut into smaller pieces and stuffed into a pillow. You've got all these bits of pieces, fabric, you might as well continue to use them as much as you can rather than throw them away. Okay. Now, we're just going to come across here and glue this down and wish that the fabric was longer. You know, sometimes when you work on making things from the remnants of remnants, in this case they were actually remnants from an item that was made by Stephanie. It's going to be tight too. Sometimes it is actually harder because you are, apparently not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Having less makes it challenging, more challenging, I guess. And it's fine. It'll work out. It just takes a little longer. This is more of a labor of love because you just don't want to waste the pretty fabric, or you don't want to throw something away that's probably perfectly good. Just small and a bit of a pain in the tuchus. I don't usually use that word. It's funny that that came out that way. Okay. I don't like doing this part with the finger caught on. It feels funny and it doesn't seem to work particularly well. But what it means is that when I get done this, I have got little smeared glue strips all over my hands. And I find myself sitting there and picking at the glue, kind of smiling nervously at anybody watching, going, I really don't have leprosy, I promise. Okay. So, in putting together a book cover like this, I usually use, well, like in this case, I use remnant fabric. I often use remnant fabric. My mom quilted for years. We make rag rugs. I sew. So there's fabric, and then, you know, people bring you stuff. Oh, like this remnants. But sometimes people are like, I was going through my chest of drawers and I found this fabric and I thought of you because I'm never going to make whatever I thought I was going to make with it. Sometimes you go to Michael's or a fabric store. Obviously, Michael's is a craft and fabric store. Go to a fabric store and you find fabric you just have to have. Yeah, that crease didn't, that little wrinkle didn't come out. I wasn't good about it. That's okay. It makes it one of a kind and special. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. Not adding the rickrack. So the rickrack will get added last, actually. So that one we'll have to wait for. Maybe I can do a video of these books that I showed you at the beginning that I'd gotten covered. Whoops, sorry, did not mean to do that. This book is sturdy. That's a good way to put it, because it has these pieces that have all kind of overlapped each other. So that's fun. So I have a dragon book, and I have a sewing book, and I have a Harry Potter book, and I have another Harry Potter book. And these were made out of just leftover bits of cardstock. And this was a remnant from a book. This was new fabric. This is remnants of new fabric. Well, yeah. So maybe we can look at that. This next week as I get these all done. So this is the end of that video. Thanks for coming to the second one. And if you found this one first, go and watch part 1. And have a good weekend. Thanks. Have a good day. Oh, don't forget, hit the thumbs up if you would, please. It helps YouTube realize that people are interacting with me. Leave a comment. I asked a question in the previous part 1 video. So I didn't actually ask a question. What question could I ask that you might answer? What do you do when you have odds and ends of bits of pieces? Do you just throw them away? Do you go ahead and try to make something that maybe more time consuming but is kind of fun and a bit of a challenge to do? Do you not have odds and ends and bits and pieces? Some people don't. Either good planners or not crafters. I'm not sure. Well, thanks again. This is Cathy with the Bookworm Bindery, and I want you to know that I do appreciate that you stuck around. Thanks. Bye.